Hey guys, what's up? It's McNeil from Louison Automotive, and today I'm going to be talking about two things you should never tell your mechanic. Two things you should never tell your mechanic. Before I get into that, I'm going to first tell you one thing you should always do. One thing you should always do is be honest with your mechanic. You know, a lot of times customers are looking for a honest mechanic, but it's so hard to find an honest customer. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. By you being honest, you could save yourself a lot of money. Because if you were to come to my shop and say, you know, you have a problem with your car and you know very well that you ran over a curb or you ran over something, so you can simply tell me, hey, you know what, I ran over something and I'm hearing noise on the right side of my car, then we can get right to that problem and fix it right away, or at least know what it is right away. It saves you money in the diagnostic time. If you were to just say, you don't know what happened, I woke up this morning and then there was just some noise, now you lying to your mechanic, you have us looking all over the car, it takes a longer time to diagnose the problem, so guess what's going to happen? You're going to end up with a bigger diagnostic bill. So in order for you to save money and for you to have an honest mechanic, you also got to be honest. Be honest with your mechanic, and then that way you can save some money, okay? Now let's get into the two things you should never tell your mechanic. There's two very common things I hear a lot in the shop, okay? So you're gonna have one set of people who would come in and say, okay, I'm a mechanic, but I don't have a license. I know how to work on cars. That's all the different statements they would say. They say, normally I work on my own cars, but I don't have any time to do it. So the point is, they're giving you the impression that they know everything about cars. I just don't have the time to do it, hence the reason why I'm bringing it to you to fix it. Now, when you do that, it's very easy for a mechanic to know that you don't know anything about cars. Because when a mechanic asks you, for example, so, you know, you need a new alternator, you know, anybody who does any basic things on cars would know what an alternator is and what an alternator does, right? And then you would ask the question like, well, which one? Your car only have one goddamn alternator. So we know you don't know anything about alternators and don't know anything about cars. So it's very easy for the mechanic to know if you actually know things about cars. Now, I guess the reason why people would do that is you want a mechanic to think you know so that they don't rip you off. Just find yourself a good, honest mechanic, and then he wouldn't have to rip you off. There's another thing that people say all the time. You know what? I don't know anything about cars. I really don't know. All I know how to do is start it, put gas in it, and that's it. You know, you don't want to say that. You know, because if you don't have an honest mechanic or guy you trust, then now all of a sudden, you know, you're giving him permission. Well, not really giving him permission to rob you, but you potentially setting yourself up that you know, if he's a crooked guy, he can. You don't go in and say, you know, I know nothing about cars, or I really need my car, so whatever it needs, just get it done. No, don't say that. Don't say that. You're getting yourself set up to be screwed over. You just have him diagnose it. Tell him, you know what, there is a problem with the vehicle. Give him as much information as you can to help him diagnose that car quickly and accurately. And then in the end, based on the estimate, you'll make a decision. Don't tell him you don't know anything about cars. Don't do it, guys. Either way, I hope this was helpful, guys. Subscribe, share the video to your friends. Everybody drives, everybody got a car. So in case you need repairs, you know, this is good information that you need to know. Don't forget to subscribe and keep watching out content. Thanks.